Growing up in today's complex world can be tough, especially the last 10 months. There are many burdens that can weigh on a child's mind, and finding the right help to get them through this can be frustrating for parents and caregivers. Kim Rossi from Pathstone Foundation is here with ways we can help, and she joins us now via Skype. Good morning, Kim. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, virtually. Now, you're with the Pathstone Foundation, and that is the arm that supports Pathstone Mental Health. Tell us about that mission of Pathstone Mental Health, and the name too, including mental health in the name. That was quite intentional, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The name Pathstone is, has to do with the stepping stones toward optimal wellness and mental health. So that was one of the reasons that the name Pathstone came to be so many years ago. Our mission has always been to ensure that the needs of children from birth to age 18 have the support they need, the mental health support they need in Niagara, so anyone living in the Niagara region. And our goal at Pathstone over the last 4 years has been to ensure that those kids can get into treatment as soon as possible. We had set a goal of minimum 30 days before they're in some type of treatment program. But the introduction of our walk-in clinics a couple of years ago has allowed us to see them immediately, like in the moment that they need to see us.
Because that's critical when it comes to mental health.
It is. Whenever I'm talking to anyone about, mental health care and support, if you cut your hand, you wouldn't wait a week to deal with it. You would, rinse it off, get a Band-Aid, and then the healing starts right away. So it's the exact same thing with our mental health. We'd want to absolutely treat it as soon as we have an issue that we're struggling with.
And the need has always been there, but as I mentioned off the top, we're dealing with COVID, and we've got the holidays as well. So this time of year, particularly difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's probably the most obvious statement. If you've had any kind of struggle this year through the pandemic, it is an obvious statement. A lot of people that typically weren't struggling did find this year to be particularly rough. And as we go into the darker months, I would say, less Christmas and more winter, that does tend to weigh heavier on some people.
Yeah, so you mentioned the Here and Now walk-in clinics. Tell us about the other programs that you offer, or the Pathstone Mental Health offers, and are they free, or most of them free, and how are they accessed?
Yeah, all of our services are free. There are a couple of different paid clinics that parents can take and that sort of thing, but for the most part, all of our mental health services are absolutely free. The easiest way to come to see us is come directly to walk-in clinic. So you would call our crisis and support line to make an appointment. We can get you in that day or the following day, whichever suits you best. We have walk-in clinics right across the region of Niagara. We have 8 in person and 9, including one that is virtual only. And then that's kind of your best way to come and see us. And then from there, our therapist and frontline team can make a better assessment as to whether or not you need, a few more treatments, which we would call brief services, or if you need a more intensive treatment. And then there's a process for that. But, our goal is to see people immediately in the moment so we can best assess to make sure that their issues don't get more complex or worsen.
Yeah.
So,
and this costs money to provide this too. Where do you need the money right now, and how can we help?
Yeah, perfect. Next question, Bob. Thank you. Our walk-in clinics are supported solely by donors. The Ministry of Health does help with other costs at Pathstone, but the walk-in clinic was a program that the foundation birthed about 3 years ago. It's expanded smartly and intentionally, but it's completely donations that pay for it. There's no cost to anyone that comes to see us at walk-in. There's no health card required. It's just an appointment. You don't even need a referral. So you can bring your kids, you can make that appointment for them, or they can make the appointment on their own if they're in those teenage years. So donations are always welcome for our walk-in clinic because it's the first major program that we pay for every single year out of donations.
Yeah, and it's so important. So we will link the Pathstone Foundation at chh.com to direct viewers to help out. Thanks so much. Good to see you, Kim.
Yeah, you too. Have a great holiday.
You too.
Lean on me when you're